What's going on, y'all? Podcast episode 81. Hope everyone's doing good. Trying to get this angle right. But, yeah, man, hope everyone's doing good. Happy Easter weekend. Here we are at the end of April. Well, kinda. I guess we do have a couple more weeks or whatever, but, man, it seems like it's just flying by. It's pretty wild. Yeah, man, just left the gym, hit the sauna for a little bit, sweaty, hot, probably red. Yeah, man, just out here doing it. I'm excited, man. Today should be a good day. I'm going to work on some music, record a little bit. Haven't been able to record in quite some time. So it definitely feels good, man, to just feel like hit the gym, you wake up, get your blood flowing, you get your heart rate kind of up, elevated, wake up, and now I feel focused, but yeah, man, I'm definitely excited. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks since I've been able to actually record. Been able to do something here and there. Nothing too crazy or serious. Just really trying to, I guess, stay consistent the best way that I know how. And, sometimes consistency looks different. Sometimes it's, consistently knocking out a bunch of work. And then sometimes it's just doing one or two things a day that's just moving it forward, So you're kind of just being consistent with however life allows you to be consistent, And it's definitely tough sometimes because, life can get in the way of your plans that you have made. And that's okay. You just have to learn how to shift and, find different ways to be consistent. I recently read a book called 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Berkman, I believe. And basically he says that we have 4,000 weeks total in life on average. And that just kind of put things into perspective. It's how many weeks are you going to waste, not living the life that you see for yourself, But then also at the same token, it's how many weeks are you going to waste just burning yourself out trying to do more work, do more. So I just think that there's a even balance with your time that is needed, for the life that you want to live. I think if you try to burn yourself out too fast, which I've done, trust me, it can lead to months of just stale, burnt out energy, And I realized last year I kind of did that to myself, trying to finish up the Continuance album. And I think I also burnt out my friends too that were helping me with the album. I was just constantly pushing them, constantly trying to get more production. And I just think that that's unhealthy, I really do. So I think sometimes you just have to be okay with just being okay. Another quote that I read out of that book, I don't know if it was his quote exactly. Actually, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. But he had said something do the next necessary thing. So whatever that next thing is, do that. Whatever you feel like that next action is, whether it's moving yourself forward or, taking care of life or whatever it is, do that thing. Quit worrying about your entire to-do list and all the shit that you feel like you have to get done, because if you do that, you end up getting nothing done. If you're constantly worried about, I got 20 things on my to-do list, you're not going to knock out you know, the most important thing because you're too worried about everything else. So it's important to focus on the next necessary thing in life and get that done first, then move on to the next necessary thing. You know, I almost had to take my own advice there because, you know, I definitely fall victim to making a huge weekly to-do list filled with shit, you know, and basically it's probably about 20 different things that I have to do each week. And I realize, like, you know, not everything on that list is a priority. Not everything on that list is the next best thing for me to do. Some things are, but not everything. And, you know, sometimes you have to carry that thing that isn't so important over to the next week until it becomes important to you enough to, you know, for you to actually use your time to get it done. You know, because if I'm using my time on shit that's not important, then not only do I suffer, but my family and friends and everybody else around me suffer as well, because I can't give them the time that they deserve or the time that I deserve myself. So, yeah, man, you know, that's kind of been weighing on me. That book is really good too. It's not a long book, but it definitely puts things into perspective. You know, 4,000 weeks. You know, what if you knew how many weeks you had left? How much time will you spend doing shit that's just not important? You know, will you spend it with people that are important? Will you spend it with people that are bringing you down? You know I talked about that on the last couple episodes, just putting yourself around the right people. And I hope I don't come off as like preachy when I do these episodes. It's definitely not that. It's basically me trying to teach myself how to just become a better person and be more productive, I guess. And being productive doesn't always mean getting shit done or getting, you know, building a bunch of stuff. No, sometimes being productive is just using your time to the best way, to the utmost quality, I guess, if that makes any sense. Hey, don't mind me. I just came out the sauna, so my brain's cooked. Yeah, man. I definitely feel better today. You know, than I have in quite some time. I do have a little bit of a cold, so, you know, I'm working through that, but mentally I feel a little bit better. You know, life's been tough for my family recently, and, you know, it's not to keep harping on it, but I definitely feel like, you know, we have to talk about things in order to let out some of the anxieties that we hang on to. If we don't talk about them, then we just hang on to the shit, and that's not good for anybody. So, definitely feel better, which is a good thing, and I'm just excited to get back to life, get back to the routine, get back to building and creating things that I enjoy doing. So. It's important to not be a selfish prick and constantly worry about yourself all the time, especially when your family is in need, and, you know, family comes first, and, you know, that's just how it is sometimes, you know. But I am hoping to get some music done, hoping to get some stuff uploaded here soon. Don't think that it's not on my mind, because it definitely is. You know, it's wild to me that I like make myself feel bad, you know, for dealing with shit. And it's just how my brain works. You know, I know it's not healthy, but, you know, I feel like sometimes when I feel like I have to step aside from music I feel like I let my team down, like my boys. Like I have projects in the works with some of my homies, and sometimes when you deal with life, you have to set all that stuff to the side. And it doesn't mean that my homies aren't important, because they are. But life stuff sometimes needs to take precedence over music. So yeah, man, I won't bore you too much. I know this is my second episode of the week. That book just kind of helped me put things into perspective. So yeah, man, I'll touch base with you guys next week. Episode 81, we're in the books, baby, in the 80s. So much love. Talk to you soon. Peace.